on such affectionate acceptance.
Put a chick in it, make her gay. Ain't nobody got time for that.
They were big. They were hitting hard too, man.
I feel like I'm taking crazy pills!
Broaden the areas of participation for women.
That sounds very stylish.
What is my problem? What do you think?
Beat sitting home watching television?
Hello. We're back with another stream, a second one in 1 week. So woohoo, getting back into the groove. Thank you and welcome everybody. Glad to have you here. Well, hopefully we'll get some more people trickling in as we go on. Good old YouTube likes to take a while to kind of send out the notifications. So let us go ahead and bring in our guests. We have some wonderful guest from the land down under here. Let's see, what should I bring him in with? How about, let's go with this.
I sold my cartoon. My dad said I couldn't sell my cartoon, but guess what? I sold my cartoon for $1 million! I got $1 million for my little drawings!
No.
For my little drawings!
No, don't rub on Mr. Lee.
Something wacky.
Yeah. Hey everyone.
Hey, how you doing, Hocky? Great to have you join us today.
This is exciting. Ooh.
Oh, yeah. For sure. It's been a little minute. I used to hang with you a little bit on 80s Made stream, I guess because he would stream so late, so it would kind of align with your time frame a little bit better. And I've had the pleasure of hanging out with you before on JBot's channel, doing the improvs where I kind of come up with a wackadoo idea to throw you guys off. But now I get you on my stream, so this is great.
This is exciting. I know it's fantastic. I'm trying to put you in a good position so I'm not looking down. It's like cameras up here, and I've got this like light ring. You know, it's terrible. You can see it in my glasses when I'm there. Yeah. But so I'm trying to avoid having these big round eyes.
Right. The perpetual shocked look. You know, like
I'm an owl. Yeah. No, it's actually such a pleasure to be here. I really appreciate you having me on. This is great. Fantastic.
No, it's been a long time coming for sure, and I know you've had this new book in the works for some time, and now it's finally here. It's being birthed. It's really exciting.
I know.
How long have you been? How long have you been working on this?
Well, I started the pre-launch. It was probably nearly a year ago now that I was just going. I've got to get a story out. Actually, it probably was about around this time last year. And it came about kind of weird because I've been planning for a book for a while, but unfortunately, the person who I asked to write, she got a little bit too busy, and so that sort of fell through, unfortunately. And I just thought I need something that I can put out, and I do this little exercise that I'll sit down and I'll just write a paragraph or a sentence or two of an idea. I might just look around the room going, "Oh, I'm going to do a story about a curtain." Okay, right?
Curtain, yeah.
And just see what my brain can think of and about those type of things, and just write down something. And I don't know where it was that this story came from. It could have been a dream, but but this was one of the stories that I wrote down. Just this little paragraph that I'd written down, and that was probably 6 months prior. I wrote it in my book, and 6 months prior, and then I was just going, I need to write a story, and I was trying to force myself to come up with something. I was going, why don't I just go back through my old stuff? That one had been playing on my mind for quite a while, this story, and I thought, I might. So I went back and looked, going, I'm going to do this one, and from that it evolved with lots of different things because it turned into this whole universe centered around the shop itself, as well. everything
Well,
sort of.
before we dive into it, I'm
Yeah,
just
yeah,
curious. Have you always been a writer? What's your background?
No, see, this is the weird thing. I've done little bits of writing before. Well, it's kind of weird. My life has just sort of been all over the place. I've been here and
Eclectic.
there and everywhere. But I did used to do a little bit of cartoon writing in the sense of a web cartoon.
I gotcha.
A friend of mine and I did a web cartoon. He'd mainly write, I'd illustrate, but every now and then I'd write a story or two. Anyway, so I did a bit of that. I've done some short stories for myself and things in the past over the years. Just knitting away at something, just trying this and trying that. And but I always liked the idea of storytelling. Hello, Dante, and hello, Jason.
Yes,
I just saw
Jason.
Jason there too. So yeah, I do a little bits every now and then, and I've got a lot of ideas. I seem to come up with these stories, and that was my one that I was trying to get someone else to write for me. I had this idea, and I just thought I wasn't ready to write it myself. So that's why I passed that one on. But this one, it's only 24-page story, and I thought I can do this. My wife actually has done editing in the past. She studied as a professional writer.
Oh wow!
So I can at least bounce it off of her.
Yeah, I was going to say you have a resource right there. That's great.
Yeah, so she is my editor in the book. So I get to go here, have a look at this. How does it read? How does it play? So that's really nice. She doesn't do that now, but that's what she studied at university years ago. So it's really nice to have that person there to bounce when I was at uni, I would always give her my assignments. Hey, look over this.
Yeah, just to kind of critique and catch any glaring issues or anything like that. Now, are you the type of person that always have just ideas flowing around? Like, is your mind always running?
I won't say yes, but there is definitely times where I will get an idea and it just like excites me. So every now and then, Jason took a day off.
He did.
I'll just something will just pop into my head and it's going, oh my gosh, I just want to see this to happen. This was the same with this story and a bunch of other stories. I just going, I might come up with the original concept and go, oh, I like this. I don't know where it's going to end, or So there's a lot of stuff like that.
Do you keep like a notepad around and just kind of, if an idea presents itself, jumps into your head, you just kind of jot it down?
That's it. I'll write it down. There's actually a story that I came up with that will be one of in the series of this book, maybe in a few years' time. But it was a dream of mine. I just came I woke up and I was going, that was weird. So I wrote it down, and now I'm just going, how can I turn that into a story for the Curiosities shop?
Yes.
And I figured out how to do it. And I was going, okay, I'm going to turn that into a story now, because I was really excited. I woke up and I was going, this is great.
I'm going to bring up the project here on stream. This is Curiosities and Oddities Emporium, the dress. So
it's a bit of a mouthful. I will
say that 10 times fast, right? I
know, but and the title, like, it only just fit in there. Hello, Shadowhawk. It only just fit in there too. Like I used up nearly every character to fit that.
Yeah, when I was advertising this stream with you, I'm sitting here, setting up the title, and I'm putting it in, and I'm like, is it going to block me? Is it going to let me put everything here? But I was like, it worked. Yes.
It's so long. So I wanted something. I did want a curiosity shop, and I thought curiosity shop just sounded a little mundane. Like, I want something more elaborate. So Curiosities and Oddities Emporium. See, I'm even stumbling over it. I just thought, that's like something mysterious, something weird, and
rather than having like the old curiosity shop, having it oddities and in an emporium, Yeah, it sounds like it's inviting mystery and like, something's gonna happen. So
That's
I like
exactly
that.
it. Yeah, so it gives you that sense of going, oh, this is one of those crazy shops. So that's my thought. And the dress, the subtitle is about the item itself that's in this story. So that will change. So in the future, it'll be. I think the next one might be a ship in a bottle. So
Oh, cool.
that won't all fit in. But there's so there's
the
things like that.
focus is on the shop, but each story will kind of revolve around a different object within this shop.
Yes, yeah.
Okay.
So the shop could be or not be. It's all still centered around items purchased from the shop. The shop may feature more in a story. It may not. This one in particular, there's only 2 pages where our lead character Jenny is in the shop. So there's not a lot. It's more like a teaser. You don't even know the lady's name who runs the shop at this stage in this book. It's more just a place to start the adventure.
I gotcha.
So she buys the dress. Yeah.
I was going to ask. We have the little blurb here for the story, but I was wondering if, in your own words, if you could kind of give a broad overview about what this the Emporium and specifically the dress part of this is about.
Yes. So this is a story about Jenny who buys. She's asked to come to this party from a co-worker. She goes, "You need to get a dress," and she goes, "I don't want to." Eventually, she thinks about it. She's wandering home, thinking about getting this dress, and she stumbles upon the shop, the Curiosity shop, and so she goes inside, looks around, and then gets introduced to this dress from the proprietor that she literally had a dream about. So in the first page, which is actually in the campaign, the first 5 pages, she literally had a dream about this dress. She goes, "Oh my goodness," buys the dress. She takes it home, she puts it on, and she goes, turns around, and then she's no longer in her apartment. She's in a massive hall with hundreds of people, and she just freaks out, as you would. I know I would. I mean, they're going, "What the?"
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, did I just take something?
Yeah, exactly. So she learns that she takes part of it off because it's not just the dress; it is the full outfit. But she takes part of it off and goes back into her own time. And so
kind of like a vintage flapper kind of looking.
Yeah. So it's a flapper dress. It's 90. So she goes to the 1920s, and so she actually keeps going back and forth. Then, so she learns the power of the dress, and she goes. Well, she's going to a party every night when she puts it on, so she gets to have some fun at this party.
Yeah.
But the curiosity of her gets the better of her, and she goes, "Where am I going every night to party?" She learns about the hall itself, and then that there was a murder that happened.
Oh my!
And she goes, "Oh," and so which again spurs her for more information, trying to find out what's happening, which leads her to try and find the victim and save that victim. So, yeah.
There was this almost reminds me of a movie, and I swear I can't even remember who the actors were and when it came out, but a guy and a girl, they're engaged, and I think they're in New York or something, and the guy's a writer, and something happens. Like I don't know if he's having second thoughts about the marriage, but something happens and he gets teleported back in time, and he meets all these other famous writers and everything. And he can keep going back and forth in time. It's like one of those things where I know I saw it, but I can't think of it, and now it's making me feel like I just I'm hallucinating. Like, I wish I could even remember the actors.
Michael Bancroft told me about one yesterday that I hadn't seen that had Owen Wilson in it, where he went back in time to talk to like old creators. So I don't know if it's that. I can't remember the name.
That might be it.
Yeah.
Okay, now I'm gonna have to Google it because I'm going crazy.
Yeah.
Let's see. Owen Wilson.
Oh,
Sorry for my very loud keyboard here. It's on
so,
like
if it's Owen Wilson, I think I was told about that yesterday, and I haven't seen that movie. Unfortunately, I think I need to.
Midnight in Paris. Yes, that's what it is. Yes.
Midnight in Paris. Yeah.
It was a very interesting movie, and I guess one of the people he meets back then is supposed to meet a rather unpleasant fate. So the story kind of deals with that a little bit, but I don't want to spoil it because I would definitely recommend that you watch that. You might find that rather interesting. Midnight in Paris. Oh, I'm glad you remembered the Owen Wilson thing because that would have haunted me. It would have been 3 a.m. I would have gotten up like, shocked. Like...
Teleported time. Yeah, exactly.
Oh, goodness.
So, I do want to check that out because it sounds really interesting. I
did. Yeah, along with what's his name? Dan Aykroyd's diamonds and everything.
Yeah.
Oh Lord.
Oh my goodness.
Fun times for sure.
So that's where this one comes out. So she just wants to save the victim, and the hilarities not so much that happens afterwards. So
now, is it anything like obviously I don't want you to give away any key plot points, but is there any point where if she alters, by saving this person, could it alter the timeline and affect anything?
Maybe.
Okay. I like that.
That one you have to see how what happens with that one. It's
as an old Doctor Who fan, I kind of appreciate the whole how they phrased it, timey-wimey thing of it. I like the idea of consequences for doing something. And they did that in Back to the Future too. It's what Marty did in the past subtly altered his present. So
exactly.
I dig that. Is there any danger, like if she loses the dress, would she be stuck?
No. So the benefit is that if she does take off any part of the dress, which she does at first, she takes it off, she just ends up back home. She gets a little bit of safety in that regards, just going, which means that she keeps trying. So
there goes her dreams of being a stripper,
Yeah, that's it. She's definitely not in the past anyway. So
dress artist.
she does get to try again. So and that's in the book. She's trying, is going, no. So so that's one thing, that she does go back to the same time, like the same day. So like, I don't know if you saw, there's a Stephen King book which was turned into a mini series with where someone goes back in time to kill Oswald.
1123 or something. Or
that one.
I didn't see it, but I do remember the previews and trailers for it and everything. It seemed like an interesting premise.
I haven't seen the whole series, only saw the first few episodes, but every time he steps through the door, it resets time. So, and this is the same type of thing. Every time she puts the dress on, it resets that time that she goes back to. Yeah. So at the end, I'm not going to give it away, but she has to, if she does end up saving this person, she will never be able to put the dress on again, because otherwise the person will the event will happen again. So
I like that, because again, it's kind of like some consequences there, even if it's kind of subtle. So what was that? I was thinking a little bit of Groundhog Day, where every day, every day he went to sleep, the next morning it was all reset again. It's Groundhog Day.
So people don't know who she is. Like, she rocks up to this party all the time, and she can be a bit anonymous as well. In that regards, when she turns up, but But mostly she just goes back and has fun. She's kind of a recluse. I pick on Jason and Billy pick on me because I say she's like an average Jane, but she's very attractive average Jane. I more like she's like the quiet next door girl, you know. So
Yeah,
she's not a party person, but this being this anonymous person in the past, she can be whatever. So yeah, it's kind of
I kind of like that. Is it okay if we go ahead and play the trailer here?
Oh please! I love watching the trailer. I made it myself.
Oh great!
And I just go, oh my god, I made this.
All right, let me pause it here and begin it. Get rid of this thing here, and sounds up and everything. All right, let's go.
Oh, no sound.
Oh, why is there no sound? I didn't share it. Hold on.
Maybe you didn't share the sound. So
here, let me get out of this. Everything's a nightmare. All right, let me stop sharing this, and then I will try it again and make sure the sound is selected.
Oh, good.
Bear with me, folks. Let's see. Share screen.
It should automatically. That should be.
It says that it's sharing. It says it's sharing sound. Also share tab with audio. Dang nabbit. All right, let's try it again here.
Boomers 2 cents.
Yeah, okay, right. All right, old man Jason. Watch it now. Let's see. Yeah, I have the sound all the way up.
Yeah, hopefully.
All right, let's see if we can hear it again here. Anything?
I can't hear anything. But you're not sharing to the screen. So
well,
I don't know
again, boomer me. I got to put it on here. All right, let's try it again.
Let's do it. We can do it.
We can do it. I believe in myself.
I don't hear anything.
Yeah, can the audience hear it?
Maybe.
I can hear it. Can you guys hear it?
Oh.
Nope.
Nope. Nope. Oh well. Maybe I could share it from mine. I've got
let's try that. Maybe it just doesn't like how I linked it or something.
Let me just go to my trailer that I created.
Sabotage.
So
it can't play Australian trailers, I guess.
No, that's it. Exactly. Where is I actually gotta find where I saved it on my computer now. But
I'm Jason. I'm using Chrome, but I always use Chrome, so I've never had an issue with it playing before. But we'll see if your stream or link works here.
Yeah, but I'll just I just don't know where I saved it on my computer, so I'm just finding that.
No worries, no worries.
I'm boomering it up too, so just.
I am not. Well, I'm close to Alabama, so technically, I guess that would be the boonies, but they don't do sound here in Alabama. I hear it on your end. I think I heard it.
Yeah, that was coming through my speakers. I'm just making sure I've got the right trailer. That looks like it. Okay, and then I'll just share that.
I have heard that that's the surefire way to get anything to work. Also, taking off your headset, flinging it, and moving or throwing your monitor over, that helps too. But I don't feel that motivated tonight. To share audio, share tab and screen instead. Okay. I don't want to share the entire screen, but I can do that. Okay. This better not be bored. Yeah. Check that. Hopefully not. Okay. Okay, here we go. I do see it. I do see it here. All right.
Okay, Ad Hoc Boomer. Thanks. Okay.
The newest and growing trends amongst
Hearing
young
it?
people is the popularity
A bit of an
jazz
echo. A bit of an echo.
And with this comes the line of places to enjoy this music. And one such place is Club Trio. The ladies' new flapper dresses and the gentlemen in their suits, they dance the night away as the sound. This just in. A murder has happened at the new club trio. Details have not been released to the press, but police have assured us that there is a #1 priority to catch the murderer.
My name is Jenny. I bought this old dress from this strange shop. And imagine my shock when I wear it. I end up at a jazz hall in the 1920s. But this isn't the only thing. Someone has been murdered. I don't know who it is or how it happens, but I may be the only person who can stop it.
Yeah, awesome.
That was good. That was good.
Yes, there you go.
Yeah,
we got there in the end, everyone.
Yeah,
Thank you for your patience.
Let me go ahead and I can at least share the non-video part. Get out of here. Go back down here. And then I
So
will share
Jason
it.
puts in I'll bring up the picture. It's kind of funny. Let me just open it up. But there's Jason's actually read the story, so he and Billy have read it for me as well. So I think
Very
they've
nice.
enjoyed it. So they say they have. Hopefully they're not yanking my chain, so to speak. But
Yeah, it's hard because you want them to give their honest critique, but then sometimes it's hard because friends don't want to hurt friends' feelings. But something tells me Jason would be a straight shooter.
And Billy is too. Billy also, he'll go, that looks like crap, and I go, oh, thanks, Billy. So
that's great.
So Billy's
talking about Billy Basco.
Yeah, Billy Basco.
Yeah.
So
gosh, I haven't seen him in ages. I got to hang out with him.
So it's not a finished page, but I will share this.
Yeah, let me go ahead and I'll pull up your. Are you ready for me to go ahead and pull it up?
I will do. Should be that one, hopefully. So yes.
There's two of them. This one he bought. The second one.
Yes. Thank you.
Okay. I want to make sure I'm not spoiling anything here. So
No, there are words there, but it's fine. I'm actually
the
going
pigeons.
The words. I'll actually hide the words so you can see the murder pigeons a bit better. So yeah, I've got these murder pigeons. She's sitting in the park and contemplating stuff, and we've got this scene with the murder pigeons, and everyone seems to love these murder pigeons.
They have that blank look in their eye that's just terrifying. Yep. I would not want to meet them in a park alone,
And so everyone seems to love those and going, yeah, these weird murder pigeons.
Yeah, I just picture it's like the weeping angels from Doctor Who. Like you're minding your own business, and out of the corner of your eye, you see a flutter, and it's that pigeon. And you look away, and then you look again, and it's like even closer. It has that kind of feel to it.
I know. So yeah. So this scene, it's kind of a serious contemplation, but then I got this weird pigeons everywhere that just a bit weird. So yeah.
Don't trust the pigeon.
Yeah. So because I've got a pigeon over a shoulder as well, and it's just this weird mash of like seriousness and weird pigeons. So
yeah, like a doll's eyes. Yeah.
So
yeah, baby dolls freak me out too. Those dead eyes.
The whole book's actually written, and all the layouts are done. I'm just filling in the blanks now to make it look pretty. So
and you're doing everything yourself? You did the story, the art. Wow.
So
lettering.
I've written it all. I've done everything other than getting someone just to look over it, like my wife to look over it for the editing and such. Everything is done by myself. So except for the
awesome.
second cover that was done by Ink Spots. So
Yeah.
yeah.
That's great. That's great. I love the black and white. I'm always, I didn't used to be a fan of black and white, but then when I saw how it can really add a like a feeling, a mood to a story, I've really come to appreciate black and white. So now if creators offer an option of black and white and color, if I can afford it, I do both. But otherwise, then I tend to go for the black and white.
And
that's great.
And there's going to be, so between the two, it's probably will be hard to tell on the screen here. If I zoom in, there I'm going to have this effect. So you can see that I've got zipper tone effect. So there'll be zipper tone throughout when she's in the past. And so just to change that up a bit, the look a little bit. So it's going, oh, okay. So so that will be in the past one. So this is one of the pages that are on the campaign. So so there'll be some phone and such. So yeah.
If I went back to the 20s, I'm trying to think of what I if I was in her situation, what I would do. I know I'd have a lot of champagne and probably gin and tonics.
Enjoying life and having fun.
Simpler times.
Like, again, like the first time going back, what the hell's going on? But when you know you can keep going back and just go, oh, what can I do? Oh, let's, learn a new dance, learn to, drinking and meeting all these people, maybe meet your grandparents who.
Right, exactly. My grandparents were actually, they lived through the 20s and they, my grandmother and grandfather would go to speakeasies during Prohibition, and it was so interesting to hear, the story of it, because I'm a little kid, and it's like you don't think of grandma and grandpa doing that kind of stuff, but the whole idea of Prohibition is just crazy. Can you imagine them doing something like that today? It's like now it's the opposite. They want to make more and more illicit things legal, but
exactly. So this story is set in the 20s, but the past is set in England. So there's no prohibition in England.
Oh, okay. See, they were smart.
Yeah.
you go through hard times. You need an escape of some sort.
Yeah, that's it. So, but Jazz was going there. The flapper scene, because they'd just come out of World War I, the Great War, so to speak. Yeah.
The war to end all wars until the second one.
Yeah, exactly. I know. So they had everyone sort of recovering from that, and then the young people just breaking away and getting into that party scene from the 1920s. So it was so that's why it's set there. But where she's in the present, that's ambiguous, and I leave that ambiguous on purpose, because it's not established yet if the shop stays in the same location.
I like that. I like that mystery to it.
Yeah. So it could change around. So hello, Fanta.
Oh, hey, great to see you, Fanta.
So yeah,
Thank
so
you.
Things can change around and such. But the whole book is written. It's actually let's save that. So this is actually all the pages. Zoom in really quickly, you can get the whole thing.
Not for free. You make it microscopic.
Yeah. So 24 pages.
What is this comic made for? Ants?
Yeah. Yes. Exactly.
Sorry, I'm a little bit loopy today. I apologize.
No, please don't. Please be loopy. I am a loopy man myself. You see my mug. It's this is me. I bought this mug because it represents me. So.
The mug of your mug.
That's it. Exactly. Look, spitting image. So needs to be at least 2 times bigger. I don't know.
I love that movie.
I'll stop sharing. for you.
Yeah, I'm curious, about the world. I don't know how thoroughly you've kind of dwelled on that world of the past, but like how long can she stay there? Like, could she? Is it only within a specific time frame that she's back there, or could she choose to stay? Well, I guess she'd have to wear the dress the whole time.
You'd have to wear the dress mostly. I don't delve into that too much. So at this stage, she's just sort of feels like she's just going back there at night. I don't talk about too much of the mechanics of the dress itself and how it works.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't feel like that was necessary. I wanted to get into the story and especially about her trying to find this murder victim. And so the mechanics of the dress is a little ambiguous. Technically, though, that's not in the book. Yes, if she kept it on, she would stay there. She'd get pretty smelly after a while.
That's what I was thinking. It's like, what if she decided she wanted to stay back if she could never take the dress off? That'd make for an awkward wedding night. And
it's
weird.
I know. It's just, sorry, I can't get undressed.
I'm a delicate flower. I can't get undressed. Jason says she's just having a banger of a time getting crunk. In the 20s, getting crunk, in jolly old England.
So I don't think that mechanic is too necessary for the story. Some people might go, oh yeah, well, how does it work? Look, it's a magical dress. Just play along with it. And,
it's the catch-all. Like, it's magic. Now, are we going to find out the origin of the dress, or does that even matter? Just, is it mostly focusing on her and how solving this murder or preventing this murder, impacts her life?
Yeah, it's more about that. So again, everything is kind of mysterious because the shop's mysterious itself. She tries to learn a bit more about everything, and she gets roadblocks all the time. So a lot of things make it difficult for her to continue on. She goes, and she gets frustrated and annoyed at some point as well. She does get some vital clues to help her, but she is finding it very difficult. Just going, what? Like if you're stuck in a situation where you're not a person that goes and stops murders, but if you find out you're the only person who can stop a murder,
then you feel that responsibility.
Yeah, and you're going, what goes through your mind? This isn't me, but I can do this. So it's sort of a little bit of a dilemma like that too, and then getting frustrated over those type of things, going, where do I start? What do I do to do this? And so there is a little bit of that. So she is just a average Jane who doesn't party. She just lives in an apartment by herself and reads books and goes to work. That she's not an exciting person. She doesn't live an exciting life, and then she's thrust upon all this excitement and adventure that, like a typical story, the unwanting adventurer, so the journey, the hero's journey, where
definitely, it's a breath of fresh air too. A lot of the modern stories just have the Mary Sue who's good at everything. So it's nice when you get stories these days that kind of focus on the hero having to adapt and overcome and struggle and everything. So
and break. Yeah, exactly. So, and she does struggle. She does have some issues where she gets frustrated. Thank you, Chuck. I appreciate it. Yes.
And thank you for stopping by, Chuck.
Yeah, it's fantastic. And it's just been really, really interesting to try and tell the story. It's actually, because it's 24 pages. When I first wrote it and laid it all out, it wasn't 24. I'm just going, I've got to, it was actually really struggling to try and get it to 24 pages. And I think I had 22 or maybe 23 And it's going, I've got to put some more information in there. And there was a point where I'm just going, what am I going to put in? And then something just clicked. And I was going,
that
oh, this
aha moment.
oh yeah. And there's a page that I put in there where the little bit of action that is in there, because it's not a very action orientated book. It's a mystery. So
Yeah.
there's a little bit of action in there, and that page came about because of I needed something else in there. But this sets the scene. Like it really made the whole transition change from her just going, oh, what do I do? What do I do? How do I do it? To, okay, you know, she's breaking out, and you're seeing that frustration and all that come to fruition. It was, yeah, I was actually really happy about that page. Now it's come through.
What,
so when you see it, she's clobbering someone. You'll see. Yeah.
Nice. What made you decide to go the route of a comic versus, say, trying to do a novel or something like that? Is that because of your artistic background and everything too?
Yeah, that's 100%. That's
Okay.
why I've gone this road, because I love to draw, and I was going, well, what story? And I found this story, and I'm going, yeah, again, it's not a traditional comic book story. It's not superheroes,
Right.
but it's still a story that can be told. And I've mentioned to other people, to me, a comic book is like a slowed down movie in a way, because you're getting the key frames of a movie. So hello,
Yeah.
Guy, nice.
Lindsay guy.
The guy. So yeah, comics to me is like a slowed down movie where you're just getting the key frames of the story.
Right.
And because I'm drawing a lot, I was going, well, it's like a movie or a TV show. So I can just put that into visual format, and because I love to draw, yeah, it worked out really well for me. I was just going, yes, and I think it comes across pretty well. So I'm able to tell exactly what I need to do.
Yeah.
For the story to evolve around.
I think it's great too that granted, it's got to be a lot of hard work and time consuming, but I think it's great that you're involved in, or you're doing all the aspects of the book. So, from writing and the illustrating and everything. I mean, that's
yes,
got to be very rewarding.
Yes, very rewarding, but very daunting too. So obviously, I don't have to rely on other people so much. So there is a benefit of that. Just going, I don't need. There's no colorist.
Yeah.
There's no other writer. It's just me working on it. So everything is laid on me to get it done, and
no pressure.
Yeah, exactly. So there's no pressure from worrying about other people, but then there's all this pressure of me. I've got to make sure I come up with the story well. I've got to make sure that the layouts are good, that the artwork is good, and I'm telling a compelling story in a visual format. So there is a lot of little things, and then everything else to go with the campaign, the trailer, the campaign page. I'm going to do all the printing. Everything is laid on me, and as I think, as a first-time creator, I think that's a good thing.
Mm-hmm.
It might sound weird, but I think that's a good thing, because it does mean that I get to see the whole process. I get to know how it works. So if someone goes, oh, what do I do? Just going, well, this is what you do. So seeing everything from this perspective, I know the process of when I see someone else's book and they go, well, they've done this and this and this.
Right. Did you run into any snags like along the way? Like, did you have to turn to the Comicsgate community to, for advice, or to figure out an issue? Or
I do, and it's mainly, again, because I speak to Jason and Inkspots and to Billy all the time, and Dan as well, Dan Plagle. We chat often, so I'm usually, especially Jason and I usually talk nearly daily in a Discord.
Buddies.
Yeah, exactly. So we're usually there. Ink Spots will jump in as well. Sometimes Billy turns up, even though it's his Discord. He is rarely there. We pick on Billy, poor fella. But he's a great. He is great. So yeah, I'm able to say, oh look, I'm not sure if this is working. Can you have a look at this? And they'll say, yeah, no, yes or no. Maybe try this. Maybe do this. So it's been very helpful having other creators, especially Jason, who's got 1, 2, 3 books out, like shipped out, and one on its way. Like
I just got Absolute in the mail the one stormy night. So I have here I have a whole stack of stuff. I was thinking about doing an unboxing. I don't know if anyone would care to watch that. Some people like that stuff. Some people it's like, take or leave it. But it's really great. Just talking about how you mentioned, it's not a superhero story. It's something that's different and unique. That was the one thing that I've really come to love and appreciate about Comicsgate and this community of indie creators is you do see a little bit of everything. Charlie's London with
clever as that.
It's
such a great idea.
And I never would have thought. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
To see a story of Charlie Chaplin, done in comic book form. How clever! Like, I love these little things. I would even put down to Michael Bancroft's one is not a superhero story. It's something else.
Yeah,
I really don't understand it.
I have to read it again because the first time I read it, I'm like, wow, I didn't think I was dumb, but I feel like I'm dumb because this feels like on a next level, like is this Mensa level, kind of stuff here. I feel like I need a giant crayon.
I have no idea. I don't know what's going on. I'm all confused. They have said to read it a few times and you'll pick up things. I was going, I don't know. I don't know if I'm that smart enough to pick it up, but I think there is definitely a big story going on, and I think it's going to take a long while to get the whole picture of that one. Sadly, it's Fanta does unboxing. I don't get enough stuff to unbox to do an unboxing, unfortunately.
I probably got way too much stuff.
That's why I'm here, to raise money so I can buy more stuff.
Let's look at the different tiers here. I'm going to bring this back up. Okay.
Yes. So I've got a lot of different options there for people because
I don't know why Indiegogo is showing like I'm in Europe now. It's showing everything in euros.
Scroll up to the top. Okay. You should go right up to the top page because you should be able to change it where it says euro. Click above the green line. You should be able to change it there.
Above the green line.
So where it's
okay.
Change your currency there. So
there we go. How did that even happen?
It was doing it to me too. I was in euro as well for the longest time. So you can actually take it to whichever US dollars if you want to.
It's not going to have me at the top.
It'll be in there somewhere. It is in there somewhere.
Oh, here we go. All right, there we go.
Yay!
I can understand everything again. I'm like,
exactly.
I can't convert this. It was converting it, but it threw me off.
Yeah,
like
you're seeing it in US dollars or Australian dollars or Canadian, European. It's going what? So yes, I know it makes it a little weird. So the feature tier, it's both covers of the book and it's discounted. So
wow, that's crazy. Yeah. Wow, that's a good deal.
I wanted to it's such a cheap book anyway. I thought, well, why don't you try and get both of them? You might want to read a copy. You might want to give a copy away to someone else, or whatever like that. So I just wanted people to have that option to get both because it should be cheap enough. The shipping it's shipping. Unfortunately,
I was going to ask about that from Australia because I've heard the shipping costs, international shipping costs, are a real nightmare.
especially coming here. Seems like everything coming to Australia is really expensive. We can send it out cheaper. I don't know why. It doesn't make any sense to me. But I think it is. I think it's around $14 US for shipping that I've done. It's $20 Australian, so whatever that turns out to be. Because I mean, I am going to use Critical Blast. Sorry.
Oh yeah, I've gotten a number of different comics that.
So yes, Critical Blast. I keep getting the names. There's Critical Outlet. There's Critical Blast.
Everything's critical.
Everything's critical. It's very critical. So I'm sending them to him to distribute in the US for me. Just he's given me a price that I'm going, yeah, I can. If I can get all my books over to him at a certain price, it'll make it easy. So I've factored a few things in. Obviously, the more that I can get over, the better value I will get out of it. So I'm hoping to get a lot in the US in that stage. But
I didn't see again. What's the? Let's see. We have. Okay, so you did your goal as 985. Now, what is your what you would actually like to hit to really feel like comfortable and
obviously if I could get to 10 grand, because that would 10 grand Australian too. Everything's sort of set in Australian dollars. The conversion is just all over the place for me, so which I think is 6,000 US, or around about 6,000 US. I can't see myself getting there. But one of the reasons I would love to be able to reach there is that my stretch goal at 10,000 is a bonus for ink spots, and for the other person who is doing artwork for my next stretch goal, who just joined us in chat. I've got a $2,000 stretch goal, and it's not revealed. You can almost make out what it is. Like the curtains are partway open.
Yeah, it's like teasing me. What is this? A peep show?
It is. Yeah. And if you looked really closely, you might be able to make out what it says, like part of it, at least guess.
Shelby Robinson, so something and trading car.
Yes,
I don't know.
So this Shelby is doing some art for me, and so at 10,000,
nice.
It'll be a bonus for Shelby and for ink spots that I can.
Very nice, yeah. And obviously, you want to be able to cover your costs and but see a little profit from it, because that's kind of like the goal at the end of the day. Put it into the next one.
So that would be ideal. I don't expect to get to 20 at all. If I say I'd love to get to 10. I don't expect to get to 20. But
we need a stretch goal in here where you get a pigeon, a death pigeon. If just reach a certain amount, get a death pigeon.
Reach a certain amount. There's this death. Yes, the murder pigeon.
Send them out. You could deliver them courier death pigeon.
I could.
That would be great.
No, I like it. Well, so the first stretch goal is artwork by Shelby, and I actually don't know what Shelby's going to do for me. So when the stretch goal is released, and we're only like $15 away from it, so we're so close. So I'll let everyone know that there's artwork coming from Shelby. I'll update that once I do have the artwork. But so there will be, and you're actually going to get two things in that stretch goal. You'll get a print of the artwork and a trading card, because a lot of people like trading cards. Some people don't. Some people like prints. I just want to say, okay, you get both. That's cool. You got your options of which one. So
it's like that whole fight between the stickers and the bookmarks and all that.
Yeah.
So
I just thought I'll give you the best option.
Yeah, the best of all worlds. Let's see here. $15
Australian. Well, actually, I think it's 19 Australian dollars. But anyway,
I like that dollary dues. I hear Bancroft say that a lot.
Yes, exactly. So that's the first stretch goal. The second stretch goal, again, I'm happy to say it on stream, but I keep people guessing on the campaign. But
I'm really
in the
feeling
trailer-
like we need to do something with pigeons. I don't know. I'm feeling like pigeons would push you over the top.
Maybe I might have to. I might sneak some murder pigeons in there somewhere.
Like a pigeon bookmark or something.
Yeah.
You squeeze it and like pigeon droppings come out, you know.
Maybe Deadpool pigeon with spawn cloak. Oh my god.
Yeah, right.
Well, the next stretch goal actually is a newspaper article. So in the trailer and in the comic, there is a newspaper article that that Jenny, the main character, finds. And if we get to 6,000, I actually want to print out the newspaper article on newspaper.
Oh, that's cool.
And give you that article, like it's come snipped out from a newspaper. So that's what the whole plan is. That, and it's actually there is actually spoilers in there too. So on that page. So that's why I like.
No, wait, was that page featured in the trailer? And I want to go back and freeze.
In the trailer, not everything is on that page that's in the trailer. So it's I've cut out a few things from that thing. So, but when you get if I reach that stretch goal and you actually get that newspaper article, there will be spoilers. So there will be a big stamp on it saying "Do not open till you finish reading the book." So.
Oh, I like that. It's almost like Clue or something, you know, where you have the person who did it in the little envelope, but you have to wait and see if you got it right. That's cool. So, I like that.
So yeah, and I'd love to be able to get to that one and print that out. We may. It depends if I get up to 6,000. I'd love to be able to do that. I think that'd be really cool to have this like this fake newspaper article that comes with the book. So yeah, I just think it's
I love unique stuff. The unique stuff like that just is fun.
Yeah.
You know, seeing what all the different creators come up with. And again, going through, you have the double obviously is where you'd want to go. I mean,
at cheaper price. We've got a PDF. I'm being in Australia. I like seeing campaigns that have PDF options.
Right.
So I would be a hypocrite if I didn't put one up for myself, because I say people they don't want to pay postage, shipping, you know, all that type of stuff. They just want to get the book and be able to read it. It's a little bit cheaper than.
I understand that the hesitancy to, you know, as the creator, to put that up there because, you know, you don't know if some jerk is going to just throw it out there on the internet. But shipping costs being the way they are, I absolutely understand the, you know, the desire to have that as an option. So it's kind of like one of those catch-22 things. Yeah,
that's it. And I feel like these 4 people may have not backed. If that's how I look at it, and going, these 4 people may have not bought anything. So I've managed 4 people who've claimed that, and it's going, at least they're going to get a copy of the book. If they do share it out, I can't stop that. But maybe they might just go in the future, go, oh, I really enjoyed that. Maybe I'll get a physical copy later, or they'll say, oh, maybe in the next project, I've read this, I really enjoyed it. If he offers this book again in the next project, maybe I'll get a physical copy then. So that's the way I think about it. I just going, look, it's getting me out there. It's getting people seeing me, and it gives people an option to read this story and hopefully enjoy it. So
the whole premise, though, sounds intriguing. You know, the story specifically, this one about the dress, but you've really piqued my curiosity about the Emporium, the shop, you know, especially like is it almost like the shop where the Chinese guy sold the mogwai, you know, like
exactly.
Like,
it's a
what other
like
dangerous stuff might people come acrost, you know, the equivalent of a monkey's paw or something.
Like Needful Things is kind of a bit like that too, where it was all these cursed items in a way. This one, and there's actually a story. So I've got a few stories so far in the works. So we're about another 3 or 4. But I also have a story about the proprietor. Her name's Madam May, and the shop itself, and how she became the proprietor of the shop. So
you
I've
said
got
Madam May or
Madam May is
May.
the proprietor, so that's what she's called.
Mhm.
She kind of looks a little bit like the Golden Girls, the grandmother from Golden Girls at the moment. But,
yes, Sophia.
Yeah, but I've got a story of her when she was younger. Like she was a little spitfire when she was young.
It was her dress. No.
Yeah, maybe. You never know.
Thanks for sharing, Jason.
Too much chicken Alfredo. So yeah, I've got a story about her, and actually, I do have a conclusion that goes after. So if I do it in a particular order, it'll be Madame May's story, and then there'll be a conclusion to what's happening. So I say every story is independent. It is, it's a one-off, but you're going to get little trickles of more stuff about the shop in future books. So you might learn a bit more about Madame May herself or the shop, and it's going because the shop's sort of all over the place. So yeah.
Apparently she's a hottie because American Discord says she looks like Sydney Sweeney.
Sydney Sweeney.
She has very good physics going on there.
Yeah. Well, did you see Night at the Museum too?
No. I do remember the trailers and everything for them, but I saw the first one and that was it.
To me, the way that I see Madame May when she was younger in number 2 is one of the mannequins that come alive is Amelia Earhart, and played by, I can't think of a name at the moment, the one who played Lois Lane in the new movies. Anyway, and like she was just this great character, like really vibrant and energetic and like just gung-ho. That's how I imagine Madame May when she was younger. So
maybe she
like,
is Amelia Earhart.
Yeah, she
wouldn't that be interesting?
So yeah, but like that character from that movie, I just really enjoyed that character. I was going, yeah, I want Madame May, Amy Adams. That's it. So so when Madame May's younger, I haven't said it. I haven't said how old she is. She actually could be a lot older than what she should be. Anyway,
she's a time lord.
Yeah, a little bit. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to telling her story in the future, and that could be years down the track. But do
you have? I mean, obviously, it sounds like you have an overarching kind of story in your mind. Do you have an idea of how many books that it might take to cover all of it?
Well, in a way, I'd like to be able to at least get 10 stories out, and say every story is going to be independent. So it's just about an item that's sold to someone and the weird stuff that happens around that item. So in all aspects, it could go on forever. But because
that's kind of cool. It's all kind of connected, but you don't have to, necessarily go in order or.
Yeah. You can cool. read the books in any particular order as you like, really. The last one will end the story. It would be like I kind of imagine it like a TV series from like the 90s or even early 2000s, where and in particular Supernatural, for some reason, season 1, where it was a monster of the week. Every week was a monster of the week. But there was that little nugget of just going, what's happening? The demon that was controlling it or whatever. So this is kind of like that. Like it's a monster of the week every episode, but when you get to the end of the season, there's going to be the finale, and that's how I imagine it. And,
that's cool. I kind of like that, where you have like a hint of a larger story going on in the background, and it all kind of ties together at the end. But the monster of the week, I know at this point it's kind of become, formulaic at this point, but it's still something kind of fun about it, the different ways that you can play around with the each individual story.
Yeah, and I'm also a fan, especially in the indie scene. I'm actually a fan of stories that conclude.
Yeah,
if I'm waiting,
they don't do that very
No.
well these days. They like to drag it out, milk that teat as long as they can.
And I've gotten books in the passes, and I was going, oh look, and Bancroft. Admittedly, it's a good story, but it felt like the prelude to a bigger story. So, and I do like it where I at least will get some conclusion. I need to have
a feeling of closure.
Everything in one story, especially if I'm waiting a year or two for the next book. I was going, oh, for Christ's sake, this is what is Lord of the Rings again? Do I have to wait till next Christmas?
Oh yeah, it's so true.
And especially in the indie scene, things seem to take a lot longer. It's like 2 years, maybe 3 years, maybe never. That's the other thing too. So if I can finish off this story, so this is a one-off story about Jenny in the dress. You can read this.
In the dress.
Jenny.
Yeah,
I like it.
That's how I hear it in my head. Yeah. Jenny in the dress.
So yeah, you could read this and you won't need to read anything else. But if you do, you'll get rewarded by something else along the universe of Curiosities and Oddities Emporium. So yeah, that's what I like. That's what I want to produce. That's my personal taste, though. I like that idea. Other people might not. They might just go, look, I want a bigger story. But yeah, to me, I've got a personal taste where I just go, I want to at least have a conclusion when you finish that story that you just purchased.
Right.
And
well, I think you're doing a good job. Your first project and everything too. I think some creators might try to run before they even learn how to crawl, and it's good to have a goal that really seems attainable and manageable. And it really sounds like you spent a lot of time planning this out. Trying to figure out what you want to do, how you want to tackle it, and I think that's a wise approach to take.
And there's not a lot of options in stretch goal. Like there seems to be a lot of perks there, but there's not really. It's one or other cover of the book, and
they seem like pretty good, straightforward perks. Yeah, the price points are just great here too. And to get the book and the backing board art here.
Artwork.
That's a really good price there, really good value.
So I just like drawing, so I'm just going, you know what? Let's put a few dollars on this and makes if someone's interested. Like I've already sold 2 of the drawing. So there's 2 different types of drawing in. So there's the one that's already sold out, which was only for females only because it was a specific character that could be changed, which was a female that had to be a female character. Whereas the other one is not so much, so it can be anyone. And
very cool. So
I've sold 2 of those, which is very exciting. And anyone who does buy that, they get both copies of the book. They get drawn in, of course, and I'm going to do a 11x17 print of the page that they're on.
Oh wow!
Yeah, because it's exciting to go. Oh look, I'm in the book. But I'm drawing this all digitally. But so I can't send you the actual page.
Right.
But I do want to give you a momentum to say, look, you are in this book. You can go, here, look, this is me on this big page. So I want that to be like a good thing to have. They can put it up and go, look, there's me. And I'm pretty meticulous when it comes to drawing faces. I want to try and get it right as best I can.
What, you're not going to have one eye up here, one eye down there?
No, try not to anyway. But I do like I'll probably spend hours on it just trying to get the features right. It's going, that eye's slightly wrong, or the nose is,
I envision Napoleon Dynamite. I don't know if you've seen that. It's like, would you like to look like this? And he's like, that's a girl. Get myself in the book. I could be the dead person.
Yeah. So yes, it's so yeah, that's why I wanted to offer some drawing in tears. So
what if somebody wanted to be a murder pigeon?
Oh goodness. Well, Jason said he wants to buy one of these, and he just wants to be Waldo in a crowd. So he doesn't.
Yeah,
he's going,
I like that.
hide me in the crowd somewhere. He's going, oh, okay, righty. But I will. If anyone who does back it, especially this tier, the 3, like the other one, it's a specific spot, but the 3, I've got a few spots in the book. So first in will get their choice of where they want to be in the book. So
cool.
So you can have this spot, or this spot. So yeah.
Very nice. I like it. It's like I said, the campaign doesn't seem like it's trying to put everything in the kitchen sink. It's very clean. Simple, not too overly ambitious. I think it's great. I like that you offer, the 2 covers to give people some choice, but it's not so crazy as to where it's going to be a big, pain on you when you go to ship it and make everything very costly. I think you did a really good job.
Just doing really cheap. And saying about all the kitchen sink, Jason and I were looking through Indiegogo the other day, and all these campaigns, and they've got hats and hoodies and figurines and all this type of stuff, and they're not funding, or they're making very minimal funding. I was going, it's one person, and they're flexible goals too. I was going, that means,
oh no, yeah.
So I was going, well, you don't make your funding, you're still going to do all this, and one person's bought a hoodie. Now you have to get the hoodies printed, or I didn't want to do any of that. I just wanted to keep it simple. You're going to get the book and some artwork from me. So
yeah, it's good. Your first project, show people that you can do it, that you can produce the book. Get them comfortable with you producing, and then I think you can grow from there. I think that's definitely a really wise approach to take. So this has been really great. Anything else that you would like to share with us about the book, about murder pigeons, about
murder pigeons? I just like, if someone is, I just want, hopefully people take a punt and just give it a go. If they don't like the idea, that's okay. Don't back it if you don't like the idea.
Yeah, even taking a chance on the digital copy. I mean, $6.
Yeah,
people spend more than that on coffee these days.
Yeah, these days I know. He's an Australian American translator.
Yeah.
So yeah, you can just get the digital tier, check it out. If you wanted to support at all, that I really appreciate it. Or just share it out. If this isn't your cup of tea, that's okay too. If you really want superheroes, there is some like super awesome action stuff out there. Which I think Joe Catapano is still trying to get to his minimum funding, so go check him out. But if you want to see more stuff from me too, I do have a YouTube channel, which is Ad Hoc Art. You can find on the YouTube. I'm doing videos where I do drawing, so please go over there. And they're all randomized, usually challenges. So I'll challenge myself. So Abra came onto JBots one time. I can bring up the picture too.
I loved it. It was. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Do you remember? I can't remember the actual prompt name of what you said it was. But...
It was the Thundercats, and it was were diving. It would have been, I think, around December. Scuba diving, Thundercats, and ice cream cones.
And ice cream, that's what it was. So
I gave you like the most wackadoo prompt that you could get.
Yeah, and I tend to take things a little differently when I see things. So
yeah, I loved it.
I did.
And you colored it, and this is what I want people to appreciate about this drawing here. You had to actually look up, the different characters, figure out which one you wanted to do, because you didn't know Panthro from, Lino or Snarf or anything like that. But you pulled them up and you pulled out this really just fun piece, in under an hour. It was great. I really loved that. I loved the art show. Definitely a good time.
It was fun. And I say this is kind of what I do on my channel. Is I will do random stuff that I don't know what I'm going to draw. One of my favorite ones, actually, Jason will probably love this. There's a one where I'm doing Iron Man, but I'll do the first one was in 1 minute, then I did one in 10 minutes, and then did one in 100 minutes.
Oh wow!
And that was actually a lot of fun. But there's a scene right at the end once I've finished all the artwork that cracks people up. And so do go and watch that one, the Iron Man one, the 1 minute, the 1 minute, 10 minute, 100 challenge.
That's a really great idea. I love that.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of creators do that, and I was going, I'm going to do this because this sounds fun, and it was actually a really good challenge to do. Trying to get something in 1 minute. I'm gonna have to see that because I haven't seen the picture, but God, that's going to be really nerve-wracking to try to crank something out in 60 seconds. Oh my God, I could do like a stick figure. Like, here you go. It kind of is. He's just going, and then you look down and look at the clock going, I've only got 20 seconds left. Oh crap, I've only just done the head.
Oh yeah, doomed. So it's a lot of fun. I like doing that show.
I really do like art challenges. So that's what my channel is about, is just doing art challenges and having fun and doing something silly. So please check that out if that's something that you're interested in, seeing some art. And otherwise, I'll be around the traps. I'm usually on Jason's channel or on Jbot's channel or here, there, and everywhere. So you can find me.
Down under.
Other than that, Abra, thank you very much for having me. This has been wonderful. It's been such a pleasure just chatting with you and talking.
It has been a really great time. The pleasure's on my end. You have such a positive attitude about it, and like I said, having these different projects, these different type of projects, it's just such a breath of fresh air. And it's just, I love seeing what everyone comes up with. Everyone's so creative, and it's just so fun to discover new artists and new projects and everything. So I really appreciate you joining me. It's been fun, and you're just a very kind of like a vivacious individual. I love your enthusiasm, and you can tell that you're passionate about what you do, your craft, and I really dig that.
Yes. And it is and all the people that I hang out with too, they all love art. So the pit. So we hang out in Discord, which is it's called the pit, is the Discord server that we're in. So,
the seventh pit of hell. I know.
Yeah, kind of. So it's meant to be like the bullpen. That
Marvel did.
Yeah, like Marvel and Image and all that. They used to have the bullpen where everyone would draw together and chat and all that. So that's kind of what the pit is for us. It's a bunch of artists that we get to hang out together, share our artwork and what we're doing, and
maybe razz each other a little bit.
Harass, pick on each other. Yeah. Me being the only Australian, I get picked on a lot. So
Ausie.
yeah, that's it. So it's really. But it's a lot of fun. I say I class them as some of my best friends there. So I really appreciate having that space available. So yeah, it's been great. So
that's awesome. Well, everyone, I definitely encourage everyone to check out Hocky's project. That is the Curiosities. See, it's that tongue twister. Curiosities and Oddities Emporium, the dress. So very, very intriguing premise there. I like that a lot. And definitely check out Hocky's YouTube channel. And just wanted to thank everyone in the chat who's been, sharing their comments and everything. You've really made me giggle. I always love seeing what the chat has to say. I might not always be able to post it, but it is fun to look over and see what you guys are up to and saying. And it makes the streams fun, So Anything before we go ahead and close out here? You've already.
If you're not subscribed to Abra,
Oh.
Abracadabra, you better be by the end of this. Please go and subscribe. Hit the like button as well. You know you want to. Just do it. And
do it, or a murder pigeon will get you.
A murder pigeon will come flying.
I want that to be a thing. That's going to be a story, a side story.
Yeah, that's it.
I'm so glad I discovered them. I'm going to be looking up to the skies now, with a little bit of a hesitant eye there. Thanks, Jason. All right. And with that, everybody, I'm going to go ahead and say goodnight. I might try to do a little bit of, an unboxing stream there. May I'll dedicate it to Fanta. Who knows? But everyone, thank you so much. Thank you, Hocky. Hang out for a few minutes afterwards. And see you guys on the next stream. Bye.
50 sets off of me. I've had enough. Get the hell out of my house. In Jesus' name, I pray.